again. Perfect. But yeah, no, I'm trying to decide whether I want to do. Actually, I should probably just restock before I take on the boss. Uh, I shouldn't say what I want to do. Right. See, that's the end game for this character. It's just I've been more worried about getting the physical stats before the faith stats, because I wanted to be able to, like, as you know, do certain PvP aspects and not be totally weak compared to the other players I'm going up against. And honestly, I never gave the time and effort to the Sellsword Twin Blades. Honestly, if I actually put the effort and time into the Sellsword Twin Blades, I'd probably been able to do that a lot easier by dumping a buttload of faith right off the line. But the other downside to the build is I'd also like to get Dark Moonblade, and that's, like, honestly, in my opinion, that's probably the hardest Covenant to grind. I've sit around for hours as a Blue Sentinel or a Dark Moonblade and maybe see like 3 summonings, like 1 summoning an hour if I'm lucky. So yeah, I'm kind of at that point where it's like, I'd rather rely on a weapon that I know is gonna hold up well if I put the time and effort into it now. And honestly, I mean, it's not like this is the best weapon in its class. A lot of people say the Mirakumo is what you should be doing. For its faith scaling. But, or not faith scaling, for its dex scaling, it gets as in dex. But, I don't like how the weapon art leaves you, like, wide open for an attack or for punishment, essentially. Like for nuns. Can't go down this way because you can't get up this way, so we're going to go this way instead. I see a dark spirit. Is this the guy that was just ganking? I just saw a Sunbro with, it looked like the large club on. Oh, this is totally the gank squad. Nope. Not gonna poise through that. I had a feeling that was the gank squad we ran into. I didn't even expect the blue spirit, sadly, though. Like, that was a curveball for me. Cool. Now I gotta wait for the elevator again. Anyway, just so you know, Ember, I really appreciate you stopping by, but we may be on kind of scarce the next day or so. We're doing a lot of moving around at the moment. We've got to move our roommate that moved out, which means me and my wife no longer have to live in the living room, and we'll have a room finally. So we're going to be moving a lot of our stuff just into our room at this point, and I'm not sure exactly how much time I'm going to have to stream. It's one of the reasons I'm so tired right now and just not feeling good. It's like I've been working, moving shit all freaking day. So the next couple days may be a little scarce on the stream front, but we will be back once the move is done. I guess we're not going to invade another world. We're not going to take on the boss. We'll go ahead and invade another world as an Aldrich Faithful. I kind of hope we keep going into that gang squad. I'd really like a good opportunity to work together and get some jolly cooperation as an invader. And take this gang squad down, because they're literally just sitting there, it looks like, getting people to join them, and then one guy's sitting back and just casting his booty off, while the other guy's running around with a... Oh! I don't know if I trust you. By the way, did you get the... That's right, what is it? Sorry. Let me catch up real quick. I just noticed all the chats. That's right, but what I see... Your schedule is only fitting for weekends anyway. Yeah, sadly. At the moment, we're in a really weird spot where, like, when I started streaming... we were originally doing 2 streams a day, where we do one around 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and would follow up with a 10 to 2 Pacific Standard Time. But then I got way too many videos stacked up. And eventually we will be back to our... Holy Jesus. Connection error occurred, of course. No, we're about to get the dual katanas. You get those in the Grand Archives. But, yeah, sorry. Going on about my streaming times. When, should probably continue reading chat. As far as the Miracle chick, I forgot her name. One from Kareem, the blind one you give the Braille tomes to. I have not given her anything yet. So she's literally, essentially chilling on her storyline. So she's not mad. Egon is still good. As you can see, I mean, we're summoning him in for a fight. He wouldn't be summoning in if we went the dark route with her. But we also have Carla already. So Carla can do the divine tomes for hexes without messing that storyline up. Anyway, let's go ahead and take on the Dragonfire or suit armor. But yeah, I see what you're saying with the dual katanas. Well, are they good? Honestly, I have no clue. I've never actually used the dual katanas myself. I've heard good things about them. That sucked. Not gonna lie, I actually just fumbled that so bad. Okay, good. Alright, so... But yeah, we're literally like right on the brink. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, I've always heard katanas were like really good for dex builds, but they kind of get boring. It's honestly the first weapon I used in this game was a katana. I used the Ichi katana for a long time, and then I went to the dark blade, and the only two katanas that are left that actually interested me were the Ubadachi and Onigiri and the Frayed blade from the Ring City DLC, which admittedly the Frayed blade looks kind of cool. It looks kind of fun, but so does the Ubadachi and Onigiri, so... Let's see if we can at least take on this boss tonight. If we can take on this boss tonight, then I will say stream well done, and we'll probably be wrapping it up fairly quick after that, just because of how how early I got up, how much moving I've done today, and oh my lord, how tired I am right now. Well, at least my headache went away. Like that's definitely a plus. I honestly only expected to stream for like an hour tonight, just to get out there and be like, yo, what's up, peoples, and let everyone know what was going on. That said, it's been some quiet streams, honestly. I'm not used to it being this quiet. Anyway, I don't believe we can parry this man, so we're gonna keep our shield out. Ooh, that hurt. No. That almost just killed me. There it is. GG's. GG's indeed. Alrighty. Well, we have the Grand Archives now, which we may just go ahead and cruise on through the Grand Archives to finish the night off at this point, because it shouldn't be too terrible. But first, I got to grab some coffee, and ooh, we have a lot of souls. It's time to level up. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in Firelink to remember to do that. But we're gonna go ahead and grab some coffee, take a quickie break, and we will be right back, actually. Once we get there, cool. Like, oh yeah, that's right. We actually have a room now. Alrighty. Let's get back at it. So we're gonna take on the Grand Archives. We'll pull out the Onikiri Ubidachi dual katanas.
Very well.
And thank you so much,
Then
Ember.
touch the darkness within me.
But yeah, we'll pull those weapons. We'll see what happens with those, and we're not touching that any further. Right now, we are going to go. Hell yeah! There we go.
Farewell,
I mean, unfortunately, this doesn't mean much because we still have to get another weapon that we can actually buff with all that capability. But let's see here, where is Lothrix? There's Lothrix.
You've brought me a brick now. I can tales of what
Learn miracles. We should have blessed weapon. There we go. This was the original idea for this guy. Let's see here. Not yet. Yeah, we'll give her the darks in a second. I don't think I have anything really used for them. Sadly, it's like I can't rely on too many spells because I only have 12 attunement, and I just don't see where we're gonna come up with the extra points for attunement to get a second slot without using a ring. But
As of now, the all that.
anyway, we'll give her the 2.
Oh, what might that do?
Alright, and we got Darkblade available now. Takes 25 faith, can't use it just yet. And we have Deep Protection also available, which takes 20 faith. Can't use that just yet. But those are both good in my opinion. Well, for my normal faith builds, those are great. I'm not sure how they're going to fare in this scenario, but sadly, this weapon can't be buffed, so... Oh, that's one thing we can do. I don't believe we ever grabbed our catalyst, or our canvas talisman. We do have the Saint's Talisman, which isn't a bad talisman. It's really good for spell buff, but it has the least super armor, or what's the name of it? Essentially, poise buff.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
We gave her both, so it's just what we saw there. We'll go back and look if you'd like. Let's see here. What was I thinking? Purchase. That's right. We were going to grab the Canvas Talisman, which I'm actually poor, so I can't. Until I do this. There we go.
Ashen One.
And can you buff the Ubadachi Onikiri dual katanas? Oh, yeah, we're gonna look at what other stuff she gave us for the dark, or the hexes. So this is what we got available. We got Affinity, which is like the Homing Soul Mass, but that will actually be a sorcery. Dark Edge, which is actually a sorcery. We have Vow of Silence, Dead Again, Deep Protection, and Gnaw, which is...
Do stay safe.
Oh, we only gave her one at a time, honestly. As far as she goes, we didn't give her very much. I was just grabbing the one I knew I wanted to use, for a matter of fact.
Oh, do you wish to hear a tale? You only...
Give time.
Oh,
There we
now
go.
tale what-
So, for her, we've got Heal, Med Heal, Replenishment, Bountiful Light, Caressing Tears, Tears of Denial, Homeward Force, Blessed Weapon, and Magic Barrier.
Have a pleasant journey.
Alrighty, so Grand Archives. We're gonna go grab the dual katanas. Shouldn't be too terribly hard. Especially if we toxic the sage. It's always a pain in the butt to toxic the sage, but if you can toxic the sage, then it is definitely worth it. Do we have dung pies? We do. The only downside right now is, I mean, we can attune it. It's not like we can't, but this weapon I don't believe can be buffed. Let's go ahead and put our talisman on. Yeah, this weapon cannot be buffed. BRB. Alright, man. Take your time. Yeah, you got a good point. Not gonna lie, probably should have done that. I just hate using Magic Barrier just because I know Great Magic Barrier is coming out pretty quick, and that one's so much better. At least it was in the second game. The second game, it was God. Grab another chunk. If I'm not mistaken, yes, we just did get invaded. Where is Deedbrow? We have the option to go there pretty much right now. It's just a matter of killing Osiris and getting the Way of the Dragon, and then we get our Strident Peak. But yeah, it's literally like, it's one boss that I can do at any point if we really want to run over there and grab it. Well, technically two. I guess you do have to count the Ancient Wyvern as a boss, but Did I put the right one on? I did. Where's the blue? And we are moving forward. That didn't kill it. Boom. Outrider Knight down. Grab our spell. Got 77,000 souls already. Jesus. I actually almost missed a very useful ring. We could use more wax. I don't think I ever did the kick down ladder either, so legit happy I made it this far. Go ahead and grab this shortcut. That way the kickdown ladder, it's not really that needed. And we're coming up on Ubadachi Onokiri pretty quick here. Alrighty, so go ahead and move on through. We don't need the item over there, so we can skip that gargoyle. Probably only have to fight one gargoyle if we really wanted to fight him. I don't think I care to. I think I just want to get my dual katanas. Sir, you're going to need to fuck off. Yes, I see you up there. And that's how many fucks I give. Bagel. Bana. 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 Oh shit. I fucked up. Lothric Knight Greatsword. That's not a bad weapon either for Faith. We may go Poise King. Although I don't think he can buff it. Now that I think about it, because it has innate thunder. Or lightning, excuse me, not thunder. Undead Bone Shard. We never did that. We have I think 2 Flask Shards and a Bone Shard on us at this point. Alrighty, time for Onokiri and Ubadachi. Do we have arranged to pick on these guys one at a time? No, we don't. Do we have arranged in our inventory at all? We do have crossbows. We got a couple. We got the Dragon Rider bow. And we have the longbow. Let's go Dragon Rider. And this does put us over, so we will be fat rolling. Gotta remember to take it off. You. Headshot. Yes, please don't turn around. Please come over here and fight me like a big boy. He would go and back off and heal. I just knew it. Cuck. God, it's so wild how many souls you get in this area. Anyway, we're just gonna run up here. Sundar lift Dawn down. Restock our Estus. Because now we've got our shortcut. And even if I die here, as long as I take at least one or two of them with me, then I am chilling to come get my stuff back. Yeah, you're gonna actually have to come at me, bro. That's not the Estus I wanted. Alright. Boom. Obadachi and Onikiri. Let's see what these bad boys feel like. Yep, pretty standard for their single-handed light. Heavy attacks are also pretty standard. Let's see what they're two-handed. I don't see what he uses that. Alright, that's very reminiscent of the Sellsword Twin Blades. And the weapon art is the jumping attack. Alright, and there's no leads from it. So, does it do anything special if we connect it? That's not what I wanted. Leap forward, slash mercilessly with both blades, cutting open foes. So not really. D, strength, C. It's more of a quality weapon at that point. Yeah, the best return for that would definitely be with a quality build. So, how does it look buffed? Can you buff it? No, you cannot. Yeah, probably not going to go that route. So far, that would do a lot better. No, we just looked at it. We just opened it up and did a quick peek on it. It literally has no leads into it. It's just a 20 cost with no light or heavy attack follow-up. And it looks like it just literally cuts them once for 20 FP. I don't feel like that's a very good investment of focus points. Right, we just used the weapon art like 3 times in a row. I mean, this is all it is. That is legit the entire weapon art. Which looks very telegraphed. I mean, maybe it's not. I kind of feel like it is, though. Oh, buff it now. Oh, you can buff it. You're right, I didn't have FP. I didn't know you were talking about the buff. So it can be buffed, so that's definitely going for him. It's an option. Definitely an option at that point. I could see possibly making those work. That said, I don't really care for their weapon art, to be honest. We'll try them out, though. We'll put like a dex infusion into them and see what they can do. We'll go up here, and I may not take all 3. Actually, we could take all 3 of those guys on and get our second slab. I actually just realized we never grabbed our first slab in this area because we were invaded and we had a blue spirit with us. And we ran right past the switch. So I still have to do that. Should get them to come down. Yeah, there we go. Now they're down. Another shard. Maybe we will take these guys on. Alrighty, man. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Ember. Always nice to have you. Really? There we go. Another chunk. And the Winged Knight Halberd. Awesome. Now, thought I almost ran out too quickly and dropped all the way down. That could have actually sucked pretty good. Okay, last time I tried this, it killed me, but we're going to try one more time. It may have been because I was using such a light weapon. Because he didn't die, and that meant he had collision on, and it, like, threw me off the ledge. Alrighty. Welp. We're pretty much free and clear up to... what's the name of it? The Lothric Princes. All we have is one last shortcut to grab and one more slab to grab, so we've gotten 3 more slabs. Gives us a little more leeway to work with while we're figuring stuff out. Back up to 187,000 souls, so we're gonna definitely want to spend those. Once we figure out where we're putting our points. Or, actually, I didn't want to go down here. Actually, I don't mind going down here. It's nothing to spend. Or I do mind going down here because I'm going to get killed by the crazy thralls. I don't care about you guys. Just let me go and I will let you live. I just want my slab that I have to go back up and grab. Let's not forget that this time. Perfect. And nah. We'll grab the Avalon and all those goodies in a little bit. As we will probably be wrapping it up here pretty quick anyway, so... And another slab. That's 2 slabs. The final slab comes at the end of the shortcut, or at the end of the, at the very bottom of the shortcut elevator to the Lothric Castle area, so... Perhaps now we will run down there and grab our goodies. That just happened. Let's grab our ring. Heal up again, just in case. Roll off. Grab our Avalon. There we go. Alright, so at this point we're probably going to wrap it up. Let's do our last little bit of stuff to figure out here at Firelink, and probably pick this back up tomorrow, at least for an hour or two. Like I said, unfortunately, with the whole moving stuff and roommate leaving and changing rooms, it's leaving me a little lacking for time and energy for the stream at the moment. So at least for the next couple days, I may only be doing like 2 to 3 hour streams. Honestly, I was only expecting to do about an hour today and fill everyone in on what was going on. So I think I did pretty good considering we're still on 2 hours later. A little over 2. For now though, we're gonna, yeah, let's go ahead and talk to you. Level up. Let's go ahead and put our last 3 points in the dex and start buffing Faith.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Leaves us with 20,000, which we can use for, I guess, whatever weapon we choose to use, honestly. I'm still a little on the fence of the Obudachi no Nikiri, just because I don't know how useful it'll be. Especially for the weapon art. Like, when I pick a weapon, I want to be able to use the weapon art. And that one I just don't see myself using the weapon art on. One thing I could look at is we did get a Lothric Knight Greatsword. Which, how do we not have their stat requirements? Oh, 24 strength. Dang, that's pretty heavy on strength. But, two-handing it would work, and need 12 strength to two-hand it. So, I mean, that would be giving us a few points back on strength. Question now is, can we buff? Of course we can. We watched them buff it. So we can buff it. If we were to put it like a dex infusion on it, and then just two-hand it while we use it. We may do that. So this is also going to scale with Faith. Oh, no, it doesn't scale with Faith. Only if you put a... Okay, never mind. It doesn't scale with Faith. But it does have the innate lightning, which can be useful in certain scenarios. But then again, at this point, I'm not entirely certain that'd be great. What else do we have in the way of options? I mean, the Black Knight sword is great just because you get Perseverance. It's the only great sword with Perseverance. And admittedly, when you first look at that skill, it doesn't look that useful, but when you actually think about how you could use that skill, that allows you to trade with anyone, and you kind of get to trade on your terms. And chances are you'll poise through their hits, and then poise break them to get an extra hit on them. And so yeah, you trade for the first hit, and then the second hit, you walk out on top. And possibly get a third hit on them. This one we also already have the requirements for. Admittedly, though, it's not going to scale much because I think it's a strength weapon. So, what else have we got? I could just go Claymore. And then Sharp infuse it, of course. Or switch over to a strength. Honestly, a lot of the strength weapons are always the ones that catch my eye the most. Anyway, I'll think about it. There's also the Karthus Curved Sword. We could just go full meta scrub and Karthus Curved Sword people, but I don't know. I like my big weapons. I like the ultra weapons. We'll have to play around with the idea of still continuing our idea with the Astora Greatsword, just because it's a fun one. I don't see where that sword can go wrong. And its weapon art's great for chasing people down. So, We may end up proceeding with our old school plan of the Astora Greatsword. And then we can also get 4 points back out of our strength, and we can even single-hand it, one-hand it. So if not, we can get a bunch of. Actually, I don't even think that makes sense. Yeah, because we did the warrior or the knight class. I'm fairly certain as our starting class because we have 7 luck. So at that point, yeah, it makes more sense to. Lovely. Someone's peeling out on our corner. But yeah, at that point, honestly, it makes more sense to keep the 16 strength. I think it's either 16 or 18, but yeah, I think it's 16 because we get 4 points back. And we have 40 there. Faith, we're missing the faith ring, so we're not getting an extra bonus there, but those 4 points could get us to 21 faith. And I'm thinking that's how we're going to do it. Anyway, we no longer need the Karthus milk ring, so let's see what we can replace that with. We never grabbed the Ring of the Sun Firstborn. Lol. Ring of the... yeah, Sun's Firstborn. Probably would be the best option. To boost our faith. For now, we'll use that because we use our weapon armor a lot with this weapon. This current weapon, at least. Yeah. So, in the end, we're probably going to stick to our guns and do what we originally thought with this bad boy. I feel like it's faster. And it's got the pokes. I like the poking weapons, honestly. It's one of the reasons I opted into the poking weapons at Dark Souls 2 over the slash ones. Anyway, we will give him his coal. And reinforce weapons. We're going to go ahead and reinforce this one further. 7, 8, 9. We'll hold off on putting a slab into it just yet. Just so we don't lock ourselves into something we may want to change. Like I said, we may want to do the Claymore. Claymore is not a bad weapon. Large shard. Yeah, we can afford that. And if we were to infuse this bad boy, Dex infusion, we don't have a sharp gem, huh? That's unfortunate. Considering the scaling still hasn't gotten much better, it would give us B scaling for Dex. Versus, yeah, that looks like the best option so far. CNC, yeah, it's not really worth it. Yeah, I like the idea of a Dex Claymore would not be a terrible idea. Yeah, that's an option too, but I don't know. Probably not going to go that route, to be quite honest. Let's go ahead and also upgrade our talisman, since we are going to be using this talisman. Reinforced weapon. You know, actually, since we're using the talisman for buffs, we may not need to use this talisman. We may go Saints. I don't know. We'll hold off on that till I know for certain what way we're going to go. But aside from that, I think it's time for us to call it. It is 1 a.m. and we've been streaming for a little longer than I expected to. We've been on for 2.5 hours at this point, so we're probably gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna get some good night's sleep, and we'll hopefully catch everyone here tomorrow. So again, thanks so much for stopping by. If you're enjoying the content, please leave me a follow or damn, that's it. Honestly, like I said, dude, I'm so tired. Yeah, no, my room's was my room. Me and my wife been living in the living room. All that. I spewed about it a few times during the stream, but just to recap, wife and I have been living in the living room. Roommate finally moved out, which means we finally get a room, and we've been moving all day, and I'm exhausted. Yeah. Alright, but like I said, thanks so much for the support. If you're enjoying the content, leave me a follow, sub to me on YouTube, catch me on the next stream. I stream most days 10 to 2 at the moment. This is, like I said, the next couple days are going to be a little bit of an off boogie just because we're doing all this moving. But I'll have a more up-to-date, hopefully a more up-to-date stream schedule here pretty soon, so we'll have a better idea of when we're streaming, and probably have more time on stream. But yes, thank you so much. God, I always call you Judge. If someone else calls you Suggs, so I gotta remember that. So thank you so much for the wish good night, Judge. You have a great night as well. And hopefully we catch y'all next time.